Welcome, everyone, to the stream.
Welcome to stream.
Welcome back to Nerd Theory. How y'all doing? How was everyone's
Yeah.
week? Did you have a good week? Josh, how was your week?
It was good, man. It was good. It's been nice and relaxing. Loving that new Halo. We tried to play a little the other night, but it was
Dude.
like being real stupid. But yeah, having a blast playing that. And there's a lot of fun Spider-Man stuff going on. So a lot of buzz on the Marvel side and a little bit of fun stuff happening in Star Wars. Got a Sabine.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sabine, got some more info on the Dark Horse comics stuff, which I'm really amped about, as well as some other news. So before we begin, I also want to give a announcement that Mark and I, our Saber company, is pretty much almost ready to go. We are creating the storefront tomorrow. I did a little update last night on my gaming channel. You can go check it out. It's 13 hours ago, around 4 a.m. And just talking about everything that went down. I just answered an email regarding it, so we just got to send the guy, the manufacturers, the money, and it's an exciting process. But anyways, more about that at another time. Josh, bring up the news.
Boom.
Please.
It shall be brought in. So this is kind of fun. This actually happened on, I believe, Friday. We got to talk a little bit about it, but yeah, we'll expound upon it now. I have it shared if you want to, I don't know, click the thingy.
Yes.
It's coming from Deadline. So it's this, the thing is, I always like to try to, put things in their proper category or whatnot. This is coming from a Hollywood trade. So it's as real as it can get without Disney actually coming forward and, confirming it. Natasha Liu Bordizzo from The Society. She was also there's a Netflix Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon show. She was also in that. But she has been cast as a lead opposite Rosario Dawson in the Disney Plus limited series Star Wars Ahsoka, spin-off from the streamer's hit The Mandalorian, I have learned. She'll be taking on the character of Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels. Reps at Lucasfilm and Bordizzo did not return emails seeking comment. So that's kind of fun. Again, don't totally know who she is, but they're obviously making moves when it comes to the Ahsoka show. She seems like she'll be a good Sabine, as I said, right? Have you seen her in anything?
No, not that I know of.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to.
Yeah, I'll probably check out at least the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon show just to kind of get a feel for what she can bring to the table. But the other part of it that's pretty cool is that it confirms that she's going to be a lead opposite Rosario. She'll likely be in every single episode, if not, most of them or whatnot, which is pretty fun. We didn't see her at all in Mando season 2. There were a lot of rumors that she would pop up when Ahsoka popped up. She did not. But a lot of people think she's spinning out of the epilogue scene, right, from Rebels, and that mission when they're going on Ezra then will be carried over into this show. So yeah, kind of a fun little dealie.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see who they have. They already cast Ezra, didn't they?
Yes, Mina Masound, the guy that played Aladdin in the live action Aladdin, is going to be Ezra. So yeah, it's kind of interesting as well to think about her playing across from Mina. Could be compelling. Could be cool.
You pronounced Rahul Kohli wrong.
Rahul? How do I pronounce this? Dude, I can't pronounce anything. I'm probably mispronouncing every single.
No, I was making a joke because he's going to be Ezra, but.
Oh, yeah. Geez. I'm so insecure about my pronunciations that I couldn't.
No, you didn't. No, you're great. Yeah, you're great. And we got some great artwork by Guille FX, who is my artist that I hire for. I don't own him, but I'm saying I do a lot of commissions from him. You guys can check out the art right. So that's that.
That
next
is pretty cool.
Bit in news. Well, actually, no. I also want to touch on. I'm excited to see who they're going to get for Thrawn, but isn't it alluded that it's going to be Mads Mikkelsen's brother?
Yeah, it's Lars.
That's voices.
Yeah, exactly. Lars is going to be for all intents and purposes, we know that Lars is going to be the guy. I forget where that was confirmed, but I believe it's coming from really, really good people. And it's something that the whole fan base thought was coming regardless. I mean, it kind of stinks for people like Tia Sakar, and, some of these actors and actresses, they don't get a shot to do their character, but Lars Mikkelsen has he has a pedigree when it comes to an actor. Did you ever see Sherlock? He plays a really interesting character in Sherlock, so he has live action chops. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see him.
He's got the voice. For sure. He knows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No one really better. I think that's one reason why Bo-Katan is such a what's the word, hit out of the park, because it's actually played by the woman who does the voice of Bo-Katan. It's
Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff, and
Yeah, man.
she knows this character inside and out, and I think that's something that's really important, especially when you're casting Star Wars characters, to know that, okay, this person, can act one thing, but also this person really understands the character.
Yeah.
And same thing with storytelling, like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They know how to tell
Oh,
the story
yeah.
of Star Wars.
And there's also an added benefit for, I believe, Katie and a lot of these people that come, from Dave's animated stuff, and that's just working with Dave. You know what I mean? Like he has a really unique style when it comes to animation, and that's because he was taught by George, right? So George, when it came to the Clone Wars, he treated it all like live action. Like he did read throughs, he had like a lot of work with the actual voice actors. Maybe you wouldn't normally do that much with voice actors, but that's really the way they treated it. And you hear a lot of these people talk about Dave's process, and he will really go over motivations, where the character is at, really take his time getting into the head of the character and the head of the actor. So I cannot wait to see what they have with Lars planned in live action, and with Dave helming the Ahsoka show. Like, we can expect, I think, really, really great things, man. That's gonna be really special.
I think so too. What else do we got going on?
So we got there's another big Empire magazine article that's kind of making the rounds right now. There's a couple of different things that we can sort of pull out of it. Some of it's, I think, you'll really like. Some of it I don't think you'll like, but we'll start with the stuff that you will like. So this is John and Dave talking about Book of Boba Fett. Okay, so kind of says down here, there will be a power vacuum, explains Favreau, because Jabba is gone. Jabba was clearly a very strong and imposing leader who people were very scared of and who seemed to rule with an iron fist. You pull somebody like that out of the ecosystem of Tatooine and Hutt space in general, and you have an opportunity that's ripe in the gangster genre. Super fun. And then it goes on to say, since the dearly departed Fortuna was no Jabba, Boba Fett isn't exactly inheriting the tightest ship, and will have his work cut out trying to carve out some kind of honor among thieves. Although Boba Fett is a very experienced bounty hunter, he's not experienced at running a criminal syndicate or managing forces, Favreau says. He's not normally a newcomer, he's an expert, as we see him in most areas. But in this case, he's trying to transition to another position. And since the trailer depicts Fett crushing Skull shortly after declaring his intentions to rule with respect, we can expect his actions to do a lot of the talking. So just kind of fun stuff, a little bit added. We'll see more of his true character in this season, promises Rodriguez, swinging some heavy weaponry above the behind-the-scenes snap, and you'll definitely see him have a turn to barbarian mode. So it's kind of fun, just talking about new aspects that we'll see of Boba's character.
One thing I think that's going to be especially interesting with Boba is not only him seeing him in those action barbaric moments like John mentioned, but mainly to know more about his character, because we don't really know much about him, and everyone has this idea that he's this bad guy just because he did some jobs for the Empire. But that's literally his job. He's a bounty hunter. He gets money to do certain jobs according to the guild, and they pay him, and that's it. So it's like the good guys could have probably hired him too.
Yeah,
it
100%.
just so happens he's good at his job. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm excited to see what this whole vacuum is that John is talking about now that Jabba's out of the picture, and how Boba's gonna swoop in there and fill the void.
Yeah, and it's funny that they mentioned Bib Fortuna, because it's not something I really gave a lot of thought to, but it's true. Like, Bib, for at least some time, was ruling in Jabba's stead. So, like, what was that like? Like, how horrible are things? Are they totally losing power? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be kind of interesting to see that. Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be good, dude.
$2 from D-Man Lewis. I thought there was 6 by, instead there's 2, so I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that question. Thank you for the $2. Theory, I must ask you a question. Isn't there a bunch of time between Rebels and Mando? Do you think Ezra will be lost with Thrawn for that whole time? There is a bunch of time between Rebels and Mando. I would say at the end of Rebels, they did some sort of time jump after the Purrgil and Thrawn and Ezra went off into the unknown regions. And I think that time jump obviously was right after the celebration on the forest moon of Endor and the galaxy as the Empire having ended. So this jump between, I would say, Rebels, the end of Rebels, and Mando is going to be 5 to 6 years.
Mm.
So I don't know if Ezra has been with Thrawn this entire time. I don't know. Maybe he got away from him. Maybe he killed him. Maybe he, who knows? Maybe he's working with him now.
Yeah,
And
but
that's, I think,
I think he's with him just because if you think about it, I mean, he could just be
the
missing,
whole
right?
time, dude.
But
6 years. What are they doing? They're best friends now.
well, the thing that I think must have happened is he must have sort of convinced Ezra to continue to work with him. I think depending on where they ended up after the Purgle jump, and depending on what they had to do to survive, right? They could have had some kind of a bonding situation. And Thrawn is super manipulative. So it's possible that Thrawn, over the course of whatever, maybe a year or two, convinced Ezra that what Thrawn wants for the galaxy is best, that, that's the way that they should be doing things. Because otherwise, why do they have to go look for him, and why are they looking for Thrawn? I mean, they could maybe say, where is Ezra, if they don't think he's there, but I think they think he's with Thrawn still,
Quite possibly. I'm just wondering what they've been up to.
For sure. What have they been up to? That would be a fascinating question. And has Ezra grown in strength? I think, dude, seeing a dark side Ezra, just that would be nice, man. I mean, he has a propensity for the dark side. He opens up a Sith holocron. He can open up the Lothal temple by himself. So there's something going on with the lad. So yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'd love to see a sort of turned Ezra. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting, especially how he was able to open the holocrons.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they could play with that a little bit.
What's up, Star Wars Fantasy? Thanks for the $10 super chat. Sup, Mustache Theory. Hope everything's going well, brother. Where's part 2 of What If Anakin Didn't Take His Seat coming out? When's part 2? Love part 1. Thanks, man. It'll be out probably Thursday or Friday, so just before the weekend for you guys. But I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Oh, never mind. There's actually 26. Lol, my bad. I don't know what D-Man Lou's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know
talking about the alphabet either. Burke, thanks, man.
And then there's one slightly
news.
Bad thing that we should talk about just briefly. Just, we don't have to belabor it because we've already talked about it in the past. But Kathy Kennedy, in the same Empire interview, does make mention of sequel trilogy characters. And she says that we will see more of them and that they're currently having creative discussions right now on how to handle that with sequel trilogy stuff. So, some people shocked by this theory. Some people shocked that Kathy Kennedy would come out and say that. I don't think you and I are really shocked.
Wait, what? What'd you say? Can you pull this up?
Let me see something here. Hang on. Let me try to find it real quick. Yeah, I think we. I love your reaction to this, by the way. Seriously. Let me see what she said exactly.
What?
I thought we both knew this was coming.
Mustache from November, I suppose. Love it regardless. Missing the glasses. And then we have a diet of nerds. Hope you're doing good, both. Yeah, we're both chilling. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man. Hope you're doing well out there in this crazy world. All right, here we go.
5 pounds.
Boom. Star Wars boss teases return of Rise of the Skywalker actors.
Well, I'm changing the title of this stream.
Oh, man, I didn't want to make it a thing about this, though. I mean, look, we could...
This is bigger news than Sabine.
I guess. I mean, we already talked about this, though. I told you it was coming, bro.
I didn't believe you. Kathleen Kennedy, what? Kathleen Kennedy, what? She
teases return of sequel characters.
Teases sequel characters. All right.
Here we go, I guess. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained? Okay. So here's what she says. In a recent interview with Empire, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy sat down to talk about the future of Star Wars, specifically what is in store for the characters and stories that the sequel trilogy introduced to the franchise. Kennedy assured in that post, Return of the Jedi characters will live on, and teased that they are already trying to continue the storylines from that era of Star Wars. Okay, so here's what she said. Certainly, those are not characters we're going to forget. They will live on, and those are conversations that are going on with creative team as we speak. So she is in talks with creative to continue the story of the sequel trilogy characters. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all she said.
So she said they're coming back.
She said they're coming back. Yeah. But as I said, we kind of talked about this. We went over this before. But yeah, they obviously have plans to continue with those characters. Now,
okay, so do you 10,
yeah.
11, 12, or you think they're going to be spin-off shows, like a Rey spin-off show?
I think they'll start with Finn. I think
they're going to call it Skywalker just to
yeah, right, just to spite us. Yeah, so it might be. I mean, look, my idea of what they would do is start with Finn, do something Disney Plus, explore that character a little bit further, push him a little bit further along, have some fun with that. And then, yeah, I do believe they will do 10, 11, and 12. And I think, again, hopefully they would make way better movies, right? I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, if they look, some people are shocked by this theory because they're like, sequel trilogy was not that great. Sequel trilogy sales on merchandise is not that great. And it's true. You know what I mean? But I think Disney is faced with sort of one of two options. Either they go completely away from that, and then all of the money that they use to create these movies and to create these characters is kind of for naught, which some people would love for them to take that L. But the other option is to try to create some more compelling content with these characters to maybe fix them in the eyes of some fans or make them a little bit more digestible. So
I don't want them to take an L, man. You know, them taking an L is me taking an L because I want cool Star Wars content. Like, it's no fan wants that. But I do wish that they would maybe, see fans for what they are. That we don't want them to lose. We want them to succeed. And these are when we have these certain remarks, it's not because, again, it's not because we're sexist or racist or whatever. It's because we just want cool characters and good characters written out, much like Ahsoka, much like other characters that we know and love, that they've done time and time again with other stories. So I'm just hoping that when it comes into this, I don't think the best course of action would be to create something going forwards. I think the best course of action for these sequel characters would be to create perhaps maybe a prequel, like what was Finn up to before, what happened to him. My opinion of Finn was that he always was under some sort of a spell. He was being controlled, mind controlled.
Like when he was a stormtrooper or whatever?
Yeah, and I thought this because, all of a sudden he becomes so disoriented in The Force Awakens, like, whoa, where am I? What's going on? And he's like, snaps out of his programming.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some weird stuff there where, like, I believe it's in the Phasma novel, they talk about what a badass Finn was and that he was like number one in his squad and all that, but then like they call him a janitor in The Force Awakens, so it's like, which one is it? You know what I mean? And if he's awesome, I would love to see where that awesomeness came from for sure. But I don't know, they could what if they did like some animated show, like kind of like what they did with Clone Wars, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they could do that too. I mean, it's a bit muddy, but it's they've effed it up big time, I think. And so I think, now they're going to have to really do some damage control and go in there and really create some compelling story arcs for these characters that make sense. So it's not, they're brilliant people working there. Management, not so much in my opinion, but the storytellers, I think there are some very, very brilliant and imaginative people and creative people. And I think they can really, pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Out of the hat here. And
they already tried that. Let's do the hat. Yeah.
Freudian slip. Yeah, pull a rabbit out of their ass. And, make this a great, compelling story going forward.
Yeah,
much like George did. Big shout out to Burke for all the super chats. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think that they could absolutely do something like that. I think, I don't know, like doing a Finn show could be really cool. I'm of like two minds of it, where like on the one hand, I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be cool. You could do some fun stuff with the character, et cetera, et cetera. But really and truly, if they do another sequel trilogy, right, I think they could be served from a business perspective and maybe also just a fan perspective if they made it really mysterious, meaning like in some fans' eyes, it will always be like, I can't believe they're doing more movies with these characters. And then depending on what they tease out, like, I would say they probably heavily tease out the rise of Ben or like the resurrection of Ben or whatever, right? Then you sort of have this like, what are they going to do with these characters? Like, what could they possibly do with these characters? And that could create a buzz on its own. It's not going to be enough to carry the whole trilogy, and you will need good stories, like you said. But it could be an interesting way to go about it where, if we get a Ray show, you know what I mean? If we get a show with all of them and then we go into a trilogy thing, I think that sort of would take away from some of the possible mystique and mystery that you could do with episode 10. You know what I mean? And when they drop that episode 10 announcement, depending on when they do, if they do, right? That will get people excited. Like, you know
Of
what I mean?
course.
Just putting that X up there, like Star Wars episode 10, you know what I mean? Like, it would get people excited. And then they have to be able to, if they're smart, they have to be able to create the situation, the bed that they've made where, yeah, it's divisive and yeah, you're going to have a lot of this energy that's directed in a negative way. You got to be able to sort of take that and funnel it into like mystery and hype. And I personally would come right out and be like, yeah, we know, fans are, some fans are not pumped about it. Some fans might even be angry. We've got a bunch of fans that are curious. And we actually think we can do much better than the last trilogy, even though we think we did some good stuff in there. We think we have an actual plan, like they could sort of cushion it in a way that it would be a little bit better for people if they just start doing products and not acknowledging at all the state of the fandom or like where it's at. I think that's going to be a misstep.
Yeah, I think eventually they. Who am I kidding? I don't think they ever will. I think they're just gonna pretend like it never happened. But hopefully they'll create some stuff that like a smorgasbord. We will like some of it, other people will like the other bits, and we can all come together as Star Wars fans and just be happy that we're having these bits of entertainment here and there,
Yeah.
even if it's not all made by George Lucas anymore, sadly. But it is what it is. He sold it.
Yep.
He left us.
He left
I wish they
us.
would do a split timeline, one where Ahsoka lives and one where she died using the. Oh,
Yeah, people like that idea. I'm not totally against the idea. I just don't think they're going to do it. You know what I mean? I got to be real.
it's kind of cool. One of the things that never talked about and what would be good video is Darth Maul's mind reading power. Star Wars explained.
Mind
I would
reading
say
power,
I would say like every Sith sort of had a mind reading power. Every Jedi had him because
Yeah.
they could feel emotions. You could kind of feel the energy. So if someone was thinking something and it was making them angry, they'd be like, "Why are you? What's wrong? What's going on?"
Yeah. They all.
But that was
they all kind
something
of-
Palpatine was really good at.
Yeah, he was.
But you know the line.
developed.
Your thoughts betray you. I think they need to move on from the sequel characters. Then they have the keys to the kingdom. The world of Star Wars is pretty dang big. Let's see a movie of the High Republic could be interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. I think we're going to be getting that. I think we'll be getting Boba, Obi-Wan show. I think Ahsoka show. All of these different shows. I think they're just going to create like a buffet table for Star Wars. Some of it will be for you. Some of it won't be.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, I guess.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, when George was running it, everything was for me. And now you just kind of got to pick and choose because it's being milked.
Yeah. A lot of different slices for different folk.
So, Maria, it's absolutely episodes 10, 11, 12, and build it around Ben Solo, who will be resurrected and reunited with Rey. That's so dumb. If I'd love to see Ben come back, but I just think it's so dumb. Like watching 9, can you imagine? Oh, he's alive again. It's like, why don't you just call it Star Wars Dead, then comes back to life?
That's a super good title. I think look, so obviously 9 was what it was, but I think bringing Ben back is both one of the things fans want the most, but it's also a compelling idea. If they sort of make it mysterious, that's the thing. And it has to be super well thought out. Like, look, all of this is predicated on the movies being really good, meaning someone has to take this gerbily glob mess and make a really good story moving forward. They can't get a JJ, they can't get a flavor of the week, dude. They need somebody to write a full ass story. First act, second act, third act. It needs to be complete. They need to do all the things they didn't do the first time, right?
Dude, John, just just pay John and Dave to write something for
It
everything.
is possible John and Dave have been locked away working on what they would do with the sequels. It is 100% possible that, look, to be real with you, if that was
just
the
say, throw
move,
it at them. Fix this.
bro, for sure. But here's the thing: they're the guys that are creating the Filoniverse. That would go a long way, right? So, like, even from a business perspective, that would make sense. Here's the thing: do they want to take time away from what they're doing though to try and fix it? Maybe they just have ideas. They have ideas, and they put ideas out there, and then they try to get somebody else on it. You know, I don't know.
I'm sure they could find time. You know, they have Disney has every sort of tool to their at their disposal.
Yeah, but it's hard making shows, bro. You know, it's hard making these shows, and
Yeah, I'm sure it's not easy, but I
they're
mean,
making a lot of these shows, bro.
well,
You
they
know what
make
I
a lot of
mean?
money. They can. It's
I
all
know.
relative.
No,
It's
no.
all
I'm saying
relative,
like
dude.
John and Dave, like you know, money can only buy you so much of John and Dave. You know what I mean? Like if you've got John and Dave working on every single thing, I mean they're producing Boba with
Well, just clone
Rodriguez.
them. They're good at that.
Yeah, cool. Good idea.
Have you seen the video of Disney's realistic lightsaber at Star Wars?
Bro,
Yeah,
don't even bring that up, Tyler.
Josh was
How
so
dare you?
pissed.
I got so upset, and nobody actually thought I was righteously upset about this.
Josh was so mad, dude.
But here we go. So look, this crazy saber that Tyler's talking about here, which by the way, he's probably trolling. He probably just wants me to
Do you want to
freak
bring it
out
up?
about this. I don't even know where
Just
to
Google it.
bring it up. So this freaking you know what? I've got it on my Twitter actually. This freaking saber that they made. Right? You guys remember, chat remembers the one that's all cool and legendary, and everybody's like, yo, it's so cool and legendary. So not only can you not purchase this thing, bro, you can't even touch this thing. It is only for the performers. Here, let me show you.
Yeah, we all thought we could buy one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would have paid buku bucks for one. It's probably not even good. I knew it wasn't going to be good, but I was like, you know what?
You know what? They probably just got the patent so that nobody else could make anything like it.
Yeah, this thing, and this is what they teased us with, guys. Y'all remember this? We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap! That's so cool. I'd literally pay probably about $1,000 for that. That's what I thought in my head. I was like, I would pay $1,000 for that just to like do that move over and over again in the mirror. Okay, that's what kind of sweaty nerd I am. I'd probably pay this $4,800 for 2 nights to go into this stupid galactic cruiser to chill with that thing. But as both IGN and GameSpot confirm after visiting the resort, the expensive prop at the expensive hotel will never, ever fall into the hands of the masses. Unfortunately, that lightsaber isn't for guests to use or purchase. Use or purchase. It's strictly for use by performers. The guests will never actually use that lightsaber, but it will be a part of the experience.
What do you think it cost them with the patent?
To make it?
Yeah. Millions.
No, I mean,
with that patent, dude,
probably. They put a lot of development into it. The patent is just paperwork, but they can. But I think here's the thing: that cannot be expensive to produce, bro. And maybe maybe it's not. Maybe it's super expensive to mass produce, which is probably the problem, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. I got super salty about this. A lot of people said I was overreacting, but yeah, I think it's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Yo, Alec, out of the subject. Sorry, but what do you think of a war story in the Galactic Civil War? Perspective of the Empire and showing rebels as brutes and terrorists, while the Empire are the tragic good guys. I like that perspective. It's interesting.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff in Lost Stars that kind of takes that perspective a little bit. Yeah, that's fun stuff. Yeah, empathetic Imperials is always kind of a fun little trope to play with.
Kind of like what was that episode? Mando episode, season 2, episode 6.
Yeah, with Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of wild. Like the dude at the beginning with Cara Dune, and he's like, "How many billions were on that?" Yeah, because it's crazy. They kill Alderaan, but there was at least 1 billion people on the Death Star as well. So it's like billions of lives traded.
Yeah. What would be a good video that something was never discussed in Darth Maul's mind reading powers? What would be a good video that something was never discussed is Darth Maul's mind reading powers? Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Thanks, Texas Train, dude. Appreciate you.
Texas Rail Fan 21. There's a channel that just covers trains.
Hey, people are into trains, man. I live
Yeah,
by a bunch
it's
of trains. Bunch of trains go by my house all the time.
Yeah, I find them soothing. Follow up a deep side with dark elements with a lack of black and white areas, a bit of a dark tale with good purpose. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Yeah,
Sign me
I'd
up.
like that. Maybe Acolyte will kind of touch on that because that could be some fun. That whole gray area, really fun stuff.
Yo, Kevin, I love the idea of Ezra going to the dark side. It will give Thrawn a Force user on his side, which would be awesome to see. Ahsoka and Sabine may try and fail to try and redeem him, and then end up needing Luke's help.
Yup. I love
So you
that.
think
Dude.
Ezra's gone, eh?
Yo, I would
Gone to the
love
dark
that.
side.
Yeah, dude. It's the most compelling thing. Push him to the dark side. And then have him turn back, but then they cloned him. Thrawn will be like, well, I cloned you anyways, you silly Jedi.
Wenger says, hey guys, and thanks for being a member, Wenger. Hey guys, have you seen Petro Pascal's controversial Twitter post, Kenosha shootings, that had a lot of the Twitter mob condemning him? Will it get him in trouble with Disney like Gina's tweets did? I know nothing about that.
Yeah, me neither. I actually have not seen that at all.
I don't go on Twitter, so I don't even know what's going on. So I can't comment.
I'm sure he said some stuff that upset some people. But
I'm talking about how Maul was able to use the Force to interrogate Jesse in season 7, which is what Kylo Ren did later on. Oh, you mean Mind Probe?
Mind Probe. Yeah, he's talented, that Maul.
He's very talented, very powerful. I'd love to see Chewie on death sticks versus Finn in a cage.
Yes, Luke. Let's go, dude.
Love the streams. Highlight of my week. Both looking good. Also, hey, I'm not saying that. Almost got me, Luke. Is that your car? Is that a GCR?
Yeah, that's kind of fun idea, though. Some cage fighting, like things got hard after we killed Palpatine. Bow, bow, bow. I gotta fight to survive.
You think we're going to get Dr. Aphra and Kenobi, and how cool is it? There's a possibility of Luke, Ahsoka, and Anakin talking with each other. Oh, it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. I don't know if, though, I mean, Anakin is supposed to be in Ahsoka. That is pretty wild, yeah.
Knights of Melvin says, Josh, super well thought out, and Disney don't go together.
Disney don't go together. Disney's done some good stuff, you know. Depends on who they hire, man. They hired some bad. They didn't hire necessarily bad people. I think they hired the wrong people. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Bad people for the job.
Yeah, and they've done good stuff. I mean, the Russo brothers, man, like, dude, incredible talent. So yeah, they've done good stuff.
I think Star Wars is more. I think you got to be more picky with your creators for Star Wars than you do Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And
it's
you need to be sensitive. Yeah, and I think, well, dude, the thing was
just more difficult to grasp. I feel like.
Yeah, or like the one thing is, so Feige is kind of like this X factor of like producing it all and pulling it all together. So he is pretty consistently changing things to a singular vision, right? In fact, they got in a lot, you know, back in the day, Marvel, it was said, was hard to work with in the same way that Kathy is a little bit hard to work with, because if you don't play ball with Feige, like, you're out. So,
oh yeah,
but they didn't really have that with the sequel trilogy, which is kind of a shame. I mean, I think ultimately the biggest mistake was giving Ryan the carte blanche that they gave him. It's not necessarily that he couldn't make a great Star Wars movie that would have fit better. It's the fact that that wasn't a priority. Like, they were like, just do your thing, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, that's a good question. Where is Lego Star Wars? The hell?
Bro, that is, I mean, that's another one. But yeah, there's death by 1,000 cuts right now going on with Star Wars. I mean, look, we didn't touch on it that much, but all the stuff that came out about Battlefield 3 is really interesting to me. That DICE basically came to EA and pitched Battlefield 3. It had a bunch of fun stuff, including Ventress and Ahsoka, I think, even in the story. And they legit wanted to make, you know, like a fun game. DICE really improved Battlefield 2 to the point where it's a totally different game now than when EA had its clutches in it. And EA straight up said no, it would cost too much. The license would cost too much, is what they said. So yeah, it's wild, dude. I mean, look, Star Wars is in a weird spot. We don't know that. They need Boba. They need Book of Boba to come out bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's been so dry lately, but
bro, no D23 either. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Obscure Watch Collector, will you be making a video on the details of your lights? Yes. So I do a lot of updates on my gaming channel, which is kind of my second channel. I just upload whatever I want, sort of thing. And I really connect with you guys on there, and I appreciate all of you guys on there that have gone there and watched the videos. And of course, been around for the live streams whenever they're on. But I will be making tons of updates for my Saber, and I've been making a lot of updates, especially on there. So the design we have going on, I'll go over in another video, but finally, we were constricted to some things, obviously with molds and manufacturing, that I'm very new to and learning as I go along. But this first design will be, we'll make 30 off the bat. 2 will go to me, 2 will go to Mark. I haven't fully decided yet if we're going to be doing drop shipping or if I'm going to take all the sabers myself in my garage and then shipping them out. I don't really have time for that, so I want to pay someone to do that.
Right.
So probably just do drop shipping, which the manufacturer has some companies that he's going to introduce me to.
Nice.
Or I would send them to my buddy Kyberphonic, and he would do a product and quality test. And all of these sounds would be custom made from scratch, which I'm paying extra for because I want you guys to have really unique custom fonts. I don't want them just to be like some generic stuff slapped in there, if I can. So that's that. The first 26 will be a one of, and then after that, I am probably contracted to make another 70. So there will be a batch of 100, and it's really first come, first serve. Mark is having his team create the storefront on my website at StarWarsTheory.com tomorrow. And then we're getting artwork done. We have a whole story for whose saber this is, backstory for this guy. It's quite different. It's pretty cool. It's something me and Mark came up with together, and I think you guys will dig it. So I will make lots of videos, and when I do get the demo, the first one in my hand, I'll definitely be making a video on that. And
that'd be
tell
nice.
you guys where you can get one. And
we'll
see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Maybe it'll be a one of 100 sold, and that's it, and I'll never make another saber again. Or maybe this will be a massive company that Mark and I will be doing full time someday. Who knows? I don't know, but trying different things that I am interested in. So
it's fun, man.
Thanks for your question, man. I'm more excited for Theory Saber than Disney's one.
The one you can't buy or touch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it'll be cool, man. It's a little different. Funny you say that about Finn coming back to it. Finn and Vader were looking at each other at least once on that. Looking at each other how?
What you mean, dog? What you mean? Like in Battlefront or Battlefield?
Oh, it was a great live. May the Force be with you too, man. Thanks, Star Wars Legacy. Rose Trilogy?
Of course, bro.
Sign me up.
Duh.
I should sell mustaches. Yeah. Let me shave it off and send it. Well, hey, man, that girl sells her bath water. I mean, what the heck?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you discriminating against me?
I am. I'm discriminating against you, bro.
Jedi Master Killer and Beck trilogy. That would be cool. Yeah, Ahmed Best. Be sweet. Initial scene where it all began. You're right, Theory. He did kind of wake up. Maybe Vader was affecting the Force because, yeah, like if you guys go back to the Force Awakens and you look at that part where they're on what was the planet Jakku, and they're like firing at the village and blowing it up, and then all of a sudden Finn is just like coming to, and he's like, "Where am I? What's going on?" It doesn't seem like he was really all there that whole time. Maybe he was
something weird, and then he stares at Kylo. He has that like weird moment with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, and Kylo's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah, I mean, I think Finn. Hopefully, they make him cute.
I think it's pretty stupid that they wouldn't put that lightsaber for sale. They would make a lot of money. Yeah, they'd make a lot of money doing a lot of things, but
true.
Kenobi is my last and only hope for Disney Star Wars under Kathy's reign, says B. Chu.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
Can't blame you. Can't blame you, dude. She needs to go. Hey, Theory, I love your takes on everything Star Wars. Was wondering if it would be possible to connect Rey and Kylo teleportation with World Between Worlds. I don't think so. I think the world between worlds is something completely different.
The only connection is probably the cosmic force itself. If they're both kind of coming from the cosmic force, it's possible. There's
Mhm.
some kind of connection, but yeah. I mean, everything's connected in the force.
Yo, Nerd of the Rings. What's up? Finally logged on for Nerd Theory Live. I agree with Josh. What's the point of making a retractable lightsaber if you don't even get to play with it?
Yeah, it's whack, dude.
But now they have the patent, so nobody can. Nobody can do that.
I have to show you something truly hilarious that I think you will specifically enjoy. Do you know who Gretty is? Gretty? Yo,
No,
shout
no.
out to the chat if anybody knows Gretty. Philly people know Gretty. He is the mascot of the Flyers. He's this just ridiculous orange-haired crazy dude, okay? So they had an event in Philadelphia with a bunch of youth hockey players out on the ice, and they have Gretty pulling an Anakin coming out.
Oh, what the hell?
Look at this dude. He literally comes out in the Jedi robes ready to slay younglings.
Dude, he almost whacked that kid in the head.
Dude, he's wild.
Dude, he almost literally whacked that dude in the head.
Dude, Gretty is a
What
wild boy.
the?
Bro, he does the wildest stuff. He is a national treasure to Philadelphia. Yeah. So there you
Saber's
go.
purple though, huh?
Yeah. What's up with that? But yeah, that's just to brighten your day. Little bit of youngling slang for you,
Right, my
you know.
day. Yeah,
There you go.
that's great. Let's get canceled.
Like sugar in your tea.
Another day, another cancel.
Yeah.
Hey guys, slightly off topic, but I wanted to hear your take on the Grisk. Do you think they will show up in the shows? What if Thrawn recruited Ezra to help the Ascendancy like Elivanto?
I'd like that. I'd like that a lot, man. I'd be down. The Grisk always really interested me, and they could be a sort of replacement for the Vong. That'd be fun. What do you think? Griskies?
I think it would be cool. Yeah, I just want to see the Yuzon Vong.
Vong is I.
Big fan. The Ricotta also. I want to see them.
Yeah, I'm a more fan of those.
Go
guys.
back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Big fan story. Did you think Mace actually survived? In my fan fiction movie, yes. But no. Rather have a Bane or Revan movie series? Bane. Bane.
I go Bane too.
It's
Bane
just
would be
something
fun.
about Bane. He's just cool. Their adventure for life, says John Parker.
What's up, John?
The Clone Wars show showed Anakin as a hero. Revenge of the Sith shows him as a villain. I want a show about younger Anakin, the Anakin who felt isolated from the other Padawans and held back. Yes, so that is probably going to be coming in the new book by Mike Chen called Brotherhood.
Yo, I want young Anakin just growing up on Tatooine. Like, what was that like? And how do he use his powers? Just, you know what I mean? Besides
Did he
pod
ever
racing.
blow stuff up or
Right. Did he ever do anything shady? That'd be so fun to see.
combust Swatto? Hey, what are you doing here?
Theory and I
It's gotten to the
we're trading
point-
spots.
Where Theory's trying to look like Josh minus the hair on your head. Theory just needs to wear plaid shirts now.
Dude, next week you wear the plaid, I'll do the turtleneck. And if Toby and Andrew aren't in the freaking Spider-Man movie, then I'm gonna look a lot like you because I'm gonna have to shave my head.
Don't knock until you try it. I doubt
Yeah.
Ezra could be turned by Thrawn or anyone for that matter, especially since he was able to resist Palpatine's manipulations.
But Palpatine was so avi, bro. That's why Ezra was able to resist. He's like, bro, this dude's about to give me my parents back. This cannot be good. And he just lost Kanan, and Kanan had he had lost Kanan and then learned a lesson about not being able to save Kanan again. He had to watch him die again in the world between worlds. So he was prepared for that. Thrawn will go about it a different way because Thrawn won't use the Force. He'll use reason.
Good answer. But Lisa Scott, I just want a Jar Jar trilogy. 3 movies of watching Jar Jar join the dark side and act like an idiot to spy on the Jedi.
That'd be fun. Or like a
Appreciate-
little animated series of that
That'd
would
be-
be fun.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Darth Jar Jar.
I mean, he did have Sith eyes. The Syndicate Order. What's going on, guys? What's up, man? Do you think the Ahsoka show could start in the time period between Twilight Apprentice and the end of Rebels, and we could get a live action fight between Ahsoka and Vader?
Mm,
No, I think it takes place after.
yeah. Maybe you get a flashback to that. That's about the best you could do.
I think you could get a flashback to the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's on the way for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think anything else will be like in Rebels time. I think whatever's done in Rebels, you know what I've noticed is whatever they've done in live action, they don't do in animation and vice versa.
Yeah,
Like
it's usually
with
not.
Clone Wars season 7, you know, they didn't
Mhm.
show Revenge of the Sith really all that much.
Right.
Maybe like a few cut scenes here or there, but they animated everything from Ahsoka's point of view. They didn't take us through Order 66 back to, you know, normal stuff.
Trope.
Like in Revenge of the Sith.
Trope.
Burke, thanks again, man. Dude, what's the deal, man? You're so generous.
What's the
Thank
deal,
you.
man? Did you
I
just sell a
appreciate it.
yacht? He's a yacht salesman and he sold a big boat today or something.
Dude, I would love to have a yacht. Jesus.
Really?
This turtleneck, this mustache, maybe a few more weeks when it's more filled in, and I'll like bring it down a little bit, and I'll be like the perfect Bond villain.
It's true, you will. It's true, bro. Get a yacht big enough to land a helicopter on, though. You know what I mean? Like you got to do something like that.
I
So,
think one day, yeah. My plan is to be a billionaire. So
there you go. You got a billionaire look, especially
Yeah.
right now.
yeah, right. Make a video showing us your full collection of awesomeness. P.S. Another $50 if you shave your stash on camera. Not 50, dude.
Yeah,
I would
dude.
shave my stash on camera right now for I'd do it for $500. That'd be worth it to me. Anything under that, I wouldn't do it. And I would do it on camera. So if you want,
Somebody do it. Somebody
want,
do it.
I'll do it.
That'd be
No, actually, it needs to
legendary.
be more than that because YouTube takes 30%. So it's gonna
Dude,
be
no, you already
$500
said it.
plus.
If somebody just put in a 500 and you're gonna be like, nah, fam.
You're gonna show up at my door.
Yeah, dude. Sorry,
Shave
guys.
that.
Yo, motherfucker. Yeah, dude.
Shave that
I'm
goddamn
gonna
thing.
save this thing. I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've never had a mustache. Just trying it out.
Yeah.
Bored.
Dude.
Theory, funny you say that about Finn coming back to it. Finn and Vader were looking at each other at least once. I think he means Kylo. I think he means Kylo.
Yes.
At least once in that first scene. I think Kylo was cleansing the Force effect. Maybe the brainwash was not in effect. I think that's what I always thought too. I always thought Kylo was looking at him and being like,
What's the deal?
Did it just wear off on him? Like, what's...
So they were maybe using some kind of stuff to... That's kind of interesting. That could be fun.
Maybe because he was Force sensitive to begin with. And
True.
they were like, we need to dumb this guy down.
True.
And control him and put him under mind control.
True.
And make him forget who he was.
Yeah.
Wow, they could actually do that.
That
We'll
would be
make a video
pretty
about it.
fun.
It's a good theory, I think. A Star Wars theory.
A Star Wars theory.
Although I wish they could just... I'm just waiting until someone sends $500. Free me. Free me of this shit on my lip.
I want to be free of this pain.
You know when you're like, you've done... It's like, took me like 3 weeks to grow already, so I'm just like, I'm ready to get rid of this.
It can be itchy too when you're in that
Not
gross state.
anymore. Not anymore.
No.
Sorry, yeah. It was maybe for the... After a week, it was.
You putting beard balm on it and stuff?
No.
Bombing it up, some oil?
No, it'll be a few more weeks until it's like proper quality.
Dude, just throw some oil.
But I'm gonna
on
bring
that
it down
hair.
a bit. I'm gonna bring it down a bit.
Mhm. There you go, handlebar it,
Texan style.
Texan style.
What are you doing here? God damn it.
Yeah.
Although I wish they could just go back to the EU and continue there and make movies featuring Jason, Jaina, and Anakin Solo and Ben Skywalker. I doubt it too, dude. But that's the thing. It's like they don't understand they can do stuff out of canon. And I think the first time we saw that was with Visions.
Yeah. It's true. But I think at this point, like, we live in a simulation. I mean, here's the truth, guys. We live in a simulation where not only did we watch one Disney Star Wars sequel, but we're going to get to watch two. We're going to get to do it all over again.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Buckle up.
Maybe this time it'll be the opposite effect. We will not be excited, but it'll be really good.
There you go.
I'm just playing. No. I think they should do a Yoda backstory of when he became a dude. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna get with Lando. Backstory of him training and meeting Dooku, Mace, and all the other I think would be cool. I think so.
I say
too.
leave Yoda alone, bro. Yoda's the one dude that I'm like, just don't
Leave Yoda alone.
leave Yoda alone, bro. It's the same thing like with if you look at Solo, which I know again, people like Solo and stuff, but what they did to Solo's character in Solo, like if that's what we're doing with Origins, leave Yoda alone, bro. I don't need to know that his name was something else, and then they were like, but you yodeled in a hill. We're gonna call you Yoda or some like crazy, ridiculous.
Right.
Like no. Leave him alone.
I honestly think it's time to unsubscribe. I've been here for a long time, but this is officially boring and a broken record. These live streams are a cash grab while they pander. Nice. Crying laugh emoji face. Well, thanks for
Dang.
having subscribed this long, man. I wish you the best, and maybe you'll subscribe again someday when we're a little more exciting.
Guess what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say screw you, whatever your name is.
No. Do you think if Ezra were to go on a dark side path, that Anakin's ghost would talk to him?
No.
No, I don't think he gives a crap.
No.
He doesn't give
Yeah.
a crap about Ezra. Dude, he didn't even show up to Luke.
Yeah, he didn't show up to Rey.
Yeah, he didn't even show up to Rey.
This dude's an absentee first ghost father, man. He don't give a
Yeah,
shite.
what the hell, man? Big Stevie W with 5 bones and a member says had a really rough day. Totally worth it to see Theory's porn stash. Thanks, dude.
Sorry about your rough day, bro.
Sorry about your rough day, man. I hope it ends up better. Hope it's better now.
Yeah.
In that Force Awakens scene, the reason that Kylo looks at Finn is that he recognizes that Finn is Force sensitive. I think you start to see that Kylo isn't really full dark side. Isn't really fully dark. Is that he lets Finn go. I just think he doesn't care. I just think he doesn't give a crap. He's got more important stuff.
He could recognize that he's force sensitive. He definitely has something.
Well, he
going on
probably
there,
knew, man. They probably, if they want to spin that story that like this was a force sensitive child, we need to make sure he's doesn't develop his powers. Let's make him a janitor.
Yeah.
Let's mind control him and make him a janitor. That'd be a cool riff. That'd be a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all excited for Dark Horse? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Good
I'm hoping it's
time.
more than kids comics, bro. I'm not like super pumped up about like all ages is a little scary to me, to be honest with you.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Will you two be reviewing the holiday special next month on Movie Bros? 'Tis the season.
We should do some Christmas movies. Holiday special.
Christmas movies, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, holiday special is a great way to kick it off.
I watched 2 new movies the other night. It was The
What?
Witches of Eastwick and rewatched an old movie I hadn't seen in a long time. Bruce Willis, 1992. Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn.
Mm.
It was actually good. You know, it's
I
funny. I
can't
hadn't
place
seen
it.
it in a long time. Chat, you probably know what movie I'm talking about. Some of you do.
Yeah, I just rewatched the Andrew Garfield, the first Spider-Man. It was cool. Parts of it don't hold up. Parts of it are.
Did you
super
say
fun.
rewatch or watch for the first time?
Rewatch. Oh yeah, no, dude, I saw
we
that
can still
movie in
be friends.
theaters. I love,
All right.
dude,
All right.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my boy.
All right.
Spider-Man is life.
Death Becomes Her. That's what it is. Thank you.
Hmm.
It was fun. It was great. I think the final scene of Rebels with Ahsoka takes place right after her Mando episode because she now knows where Thrawn is, and the 2 X-wings could be Filoni's character and the other new rep.
Dude, that's fun. I like that actually. That could work. That could work. That would be so hot right now. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I suspected, but no, actually, that doesn't really make sense. I don't think because it's the wasn't the time jump right after.
We don't actually know when that scene takes place. I think chronologically with Ahsoka, but why
But
would
doesn't
she
that
be in
scene
white?
take place when the Empire was just destroyed? Wasn't that it?
No. The epilogue is talking about that, but they talk about the Battle of Endor, and you're not. It's not. You don't know exactly when it. Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
could be fun.
I thought of that too, and I'm like, no, but this happened right after. Okay, sure, yeah, it'd be cool.
Could be cool. I'm down.
Can someone with super chat money ask them if Nerd Theory has hope for a sequel trilogy and what direction would they want it to go? I think there's always hope. It just depends on what writers you get.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think I will probably be a little bit more open to it than a lot of other folks. Can't really blame other people for feeling that way, but I'll be open to it. But I want to see the creatives. I want to know who did they get, who's the writer. I mean, honestly, in some ways, the writers are more important than the directors for like a trilogy. If they actually had a full thing created, that would really compel me, right? So there's a couple of different things. If it was all a singular vision, one person or one team writing the whole thing, that could be cool. And then we would just have to wait and see. What are they going to market it as? What are they going to, what are they going to say about it?
Also, you'll probably not agree with me, but Ahsoka should have died in Rebels by Vader's hand to truly cement that Anakin Skywalker was buried. But that's the thing; he was never fully buried. He was never fully gone. He was, I mean, as far gone as he could be without actually being dead. I do kind of feel it's confusing with the whole time travel thing and pulling her out of the world between worlds. I don't fully understand it myself. But that's Star Wars, I guess. It is what it is, and we have that now. And I maybe they'll make sense of it. Maybe there's another alternate reality somewhere. I'm not quite sure.
I kind of always thought of it as very similar to Mortis, and there's some evidence of that where the Emperor, the Mortis gods are, showcased on the entrance. Palpatine knows about it. Palpatine has some kind of spell and ability to get in there, and I think it's implied that if he would have taken them out, he could have entered in fully himself. To me, it seems just like a place that's kind of like the Matrix White Wall area, or like some place behind, like where the architect is, or whatever, where you can see everything. And but time is a constant flow in this universe, the way that it works. So he was always supposed to take her out of there, and then they always just did what they did and didn't really interfere past that. So it's sort of an inconsequential time travel mechanism because, I mean, unless Ezra, I don't think Ezra will ever go in there and manipulate anything. And if he does, he already did. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. So I think it's mostly just inconsequential time travel. It's sort of one of the coolest Deus Ex Machinas I've ever seen because really and truly, like, Dave just wanted to save Ahsoka, right?
Oh, God.
But
it hurts.
Andre, how dare you? You don't say that.
Josh Choose. Ahsoka and Luke ship on the big screens with a love child voiced by Theory.
Oh, shit. That's
or all three Spider-Men and not going bald. Completely off topic.
I would shave my head to see a Luke Ahsoka ship and to have Theory voice the character. I would shave my head for at least 10 years. 10 years every day. I'd wake up and
until you go bald for real one day.
Until I go bald for real.
Hopefully not.
And then I'll be like, hey, look, I would make that sacrifice just.
So you want to see Luke? You want to see Luke and Ahsoka together romantically more than you want to see Toby return?
No, I want to see you voicing the character of a love child of Luke Ahsoka more badly than I want to see the three Spider-Men together, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Need new headphones for my PC. What ones you guys use? I use a bunch of different ones. I mean, well, this is the main one I use now. What is this one? I don't know.
It's got a thing on it.
DT 1990 Pro. This is a.
I don't know what this says.
Beyerdynamic
stands for awesome voice control.
Mine's Beyerdynamic. Beyerdynamic.
Dude, mine's the most dynamic.
Nice.
Think about that. Haven't shaved in months. I have no mouth.
Thanks to Liza.
I don't know what that means.
Super chat only goes up to 500. No extra 30%, fam. All right, I'll do it for the 5. Show me that red $500 super chat. I'll do it. Can't wait until your channel passes Star Wars. Yeah. If that
Dude,
happens, cool.
it's gonna be tough though with them coming out with a new sequel trilogy. They're gonna get so many new subscribers. People are so into it. So good luck, Theory.
That's not on my radar of something as like a
A thing.
like a milestone. Like, ooh, yeah, surpassed. Like, I don't. Cool. As long as you guys like the content I put out, I'm happy. So I was really happy at 100,000 subscribers. You know, I think I was more happy actually. Yoda Parsipian. What's a Parsipian?
Parsipian. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. I feel uneducated.
I feel uneducated too. I feel stupid. I'd like to see a series set a couple hundred years in the future when Grogu is in his prime. Thoughts? Yeah, I think he'll outlive everybody. I think he's going to be the next Tor Vizsla.
Yeah, Yoda or Grogu should live forever. They should go 1,000 years in the future and have Grogu. Let me tell you all about
What the
Rey.
hell?
She
Stop
almost
comparing
ruined
me to
everything.
Jay.
She almost ruined it all.
Definitely agree with both of you. Star Wars needs a coordinating vision. George's Lucasfilm had ample room for creativity with many awesome artists, authors, but it felt like one Star Wars. We need that, John and Dave. You know what I also really liked about when George was there? He was a huge fan of Star Wars fan films. Like
Yes,
he would
he
hold
was.
festivals, he would hold contests for like the best fan film. And I'm not saying that because I think I created the best fan film. I don't actually at all. There are many flaws with mine, and looking at it now, that's why I don't really look at it or talk about it anymore. But at the time, it was cool for me. But yeah, just it seems like a lot of things have changed, become so corporate.
Yeah, they're in a rough spot, man, and they need good content because they need to not have the conversations lingering on stuff like that. If there was enough fun content, if people were getting excited about stuff, even if it wasn't that great, like people would be excited. Like I would argue that during the sequel trilogy era, there was way less. I mean, the vibe was just generally better for a lot of other folks because there was so much going on. You know what I mean? It wasn't until like right towards the end where things I think it just became super
Got kind of
obvious,
messed
and
up, yeah.
yeah, it got really kind of messed up. But there was a lot of fun stuff happening during that era. I had incredible Star Wars experiences during that era. Incredible experiences.
How many seasons in do you think Ezra would appear in the Ahsoka show? Probably second season.
I think Ahsoka might be a limited series. There might not be more.
Oh, really?
Than one. Yeah, I think so. But I think it's all going to go into like whatever happens after Mando. Like it'll all become one show.
Right. And then Mando keeps like picking up with, yeah, I can see that. Okay, sure.
Something like that. Yeah.
The Star Wars Lego Holiday Special, they started with Rey training Finn in the ways of the Force. Was that a hint of where they're going?
Absolutely.
Probably. Dude.
Probably.
Probably. She becomes her apprentice.
She is her own apprentice. She doesn't even need.
She
Finn.
is the master and the apprentice.
She's gonna have
Same
Finn
time.
train a little bit and then be like, "I don't even need you. Get out of here." And then he's
Movie
gonna be
Bros
like,
request, please watch
"Right."
Tick Tick Boom on Netflix and review it, given that it's an Andrew Garfield film, A+ in my opinion.
I thought about watching it because it has to do with musicals and stuff.
I've never
right?
seen it. What is that?
Yeah, I don't even know, but it has to do with some dude that wrote a play or something. I just saw my first musical when I was in New York, so I was like, maybe I'll check it out. But I'm kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of fun stuff out there right now to watch. So
Tom says all ages was what the original was all about.
all ages was what the original stuff was considered. Is that true? Then if that's true, that's awesome, man. When I hear all ages, I hear they made it for younglings. So maybe I'm wrong.
I hope. When do you think they will make a series or movie about Maul? Probably
Movie or series
Solo
about
2.
Maul?
Probably Solo 2. Solo spin-off.
Yeah, well, I had heard that the latest bit was that they would do an animated series with Maul, and we talked about that a couple of weeks back. Actually, it's supposed to be sounds like it's a thing. Was the old Dark Horse really all ages? Because that's actually nice if true.
Is it?
I don't know. Let's see.
How would you incorporate xenomorphs into the Star Wars universe?
Just have them come in and kill everybody. That's
No,
some
dude,
lone
they'd get
Jedi's that have to do
destroyed.
with it.
They'd
What,
get
the
destroyed.
Xenomorphs?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, bro.
Talking about the guys from Alien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get messed up. Dude, the freaking Force user can destroy anything, like with his mind. You saw what Luke did with the Dark Troopers? He crushed them. What?
Yeah, but what if one of them is an idiot and then gets a alien in their belly, in their chest? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good point. Chat,
It's over.
what do you think would happen? I don't know.
And they're done.
What would you guys say about 10, 11, 12 being done by Dave, John as exec producers, writers, maybe George too, and they get Robert Rodriguez to direct all 3 movies? Would you like all of it? Would you all like it then?
I'd like George coming back for sure. I don't know about Rodriguez, but with John and Dave for sure. That would be a good push. I think something like that would be really, really smart. But there's other ways that they could interest me. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, yeah. Not really, to be honest. I just don't want anything to do with those characters anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be really difficult to get certain people to have any interest in it whatsoever. So
I'm over it.
But I do think
I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. There is a built-in thing where a lot of people will watch it regardless. But you're not gonna have folks being like, you know what? I'm gonna be open-minded about this. Like, I just don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just want that war to end between Star Wars fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna
If
happen.
you don't like the sequels or you do like they're just like, God.
Yeah,
Shit,
I don't know if that's gonna happen, man. I think we're in it now
on both sides. It's like whatever, dude. Whatever. Just let people like movies. Let people not like movies. And shut up.
Nope.
What if instead of rebel cells after episode 9, they have Empire cells? Finn is the leader of a task force that goes in to hunt the remaining Empire allies.
I'm down. Sounds fun. Could be cool.
Who is the Sabine fan art and why does it look so good? PS, love the content. That's by Guille. You can see it right there. It says at Guille FX on Instagram. Really talented guy.
It does look nice.
You'll never have a Qui-Gon origin could be dope. Theory the Stash is cat. Thanks, man. See, that's why no one sent that super chat because they're like, nah, we want it. Keep it. Ben C says F Theory. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in.
Appreciate you, Ben.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for dropping in and watching the stream. You guys are awesome. Just waiting to see if Josh starts a comic channel.
Like pure comics? Probably not. I read comics on Wednesday night streams, though. At least I'm going to be again.
Maybe. Ask Nerd Council what color lightsaber you wield. Sure, yeah. Next time.
I'm doing red myself.
Next time, my apprentice.
Crimson red.
I'm green. What do you think would be the most satisfying way to bring back Ben Solo with Rey, Finn, Poe, and new characters? Reylo forever. Thanks, guys. I'd say the Sith cultists bring him back because they think that, like, I don't know, it's like the closest heir to the throne. And then he's like, you idiots brought me back. Like, screw this.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, that could be super fun. Maybe he's just in Mortis or something. That could be kind of interesting. Maybe Plagueis is back and Plagueis had him. I don't know.
Yeah, they should have brought Plagueis back from the beginning, man. How wild would that have been?
It would have been fun.
Palpatine never actually killed him. Jeez.
Could be cool.
So cool. Family Guy Star Wars reference, Yoda Percipient, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember when Chris was Luke Skywalker. I remember that, Yoda. That shit's funny.
Any meet and greets that you could do in the UK in the future when pandemic is settled? Both of you crack me up, and obviously the content is amazing. Yes.
Maybe,
yes.
hopefully someday.
I'd love to.
If the world opens up, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Go to the UK.
I'd love to, man. I'd love to see all you guys.
Bob's your uncle, as they say over there.
Bob's your uncle. New Hope, Luke, R2D2 versus Return of the Jedi, Han, Chewie, who wins?
Depends who's got the death sticks. Yo, why does this dude's profile picture look like a building that looks like a duck?
Because it's a building that looks like a duck.
It's pretty nice.
I got a feeling some foundations will be set in Andor and Kenobi, which will play a part in the Mandoverse. What do you guys think?
I would say so, yeah. I think it might even set up stuff they do with the sequel characters.
I think
Andor,
everything is connected,
dude, Andor's going multiple seasons, and Tony Gilroy's doing all of them. It's pretty
It's going
wild.
multiple seasons. I didn't know this.
Multiple seasons, yeah. Andor's going to be huge.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Huge.
great. Everyone's sleeping on Andor, man. Everyone was
I
like,
know.
yeah, whatever.
I
I
know,
was
right?
excited from the get go. I'm like, you guys don't understand. We're gonna get
I
Vader.
wasn't
gonna get
really
Rogue One.
excited, but the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, all y'all are younglings. We didn't have to divide for generations. I hope you figure it out. High hopes. Yeah, it's too late, bro. It's too late, Tom working. Sorry, man. It's all these kids on their Twitter and their tiki-talkies and with their fancy cellular phones, and what hope do we have, you know?
2 inverse comments.
I'm deaf sleeping on it. And that's the Star Wars fandom, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 comments. There you go.
Right under each on top of each other. What is a good job I can recommend? Well, whatever you enjoy doing. That way you're not actually working.
That's fair.
Just living. D. Bradley Baker was Gravemind in Halo 2. Really? Really?
Are you sure about that?
Thoughts on No Way Home trailer? I thought it was cool.
Dude, No Way Home trailer is sick.
Oh, dude, really, I think the watch parties are going to be litty. I think they're going to be great.
For Boba?
Series confirmed, yeah. For Andor. For all of them. For all of them. Do we have dates yet?
For what? Boba?
All the shows. No. For Andor, Kenobi.
No, not really. Andor is supposed to be
fall. They said winter, right?
It's supposed to be like 3rd or 4th quarter next year.
How is that going to make sense with Mando?
Are we getting Mando next year?
Yes, it's confirmed.
By who?
People who worked on the show. I was looking at some artist's page. I forgot his name.
Some
he worked
people are
on
saying we'll get
Kenobi,
it
worked
next
on
year. Yeah,
and his like
might
header.
get it. So if we get it on the very last day of the year or 2 days before the year, do you count that?
No.
So I don't know if you're going to get it next year then.
That's like Book of Boba. We're
Right.
getting it 29th of December. What?
I know, dude. And they're not telling you anything about it. Remember when Kathy
trailer.
said at the December 10th of last year when she said, you're going to get Mandalorian season 3 and a holiday season, or rather Christmas time of 2021. Nope. That's a big old nope. Look, Book of Boba is going to be dope. You know what I mean? But what if it's not? What if Book of Boba sucks?
Dude,
I'm just kidding,
it's
bro.
going to be amazing.
Dude. Yo, speaking of like millennials and how screwed the fan base is, check this quote out from Ridley Scott. This is amazing. So he made that movie The Last Duel, and it's currently bombing hard. I believe he actually made House of Gucci as well, and House of Gucci's bombing hard.
Is it bombing?
Dude. Well, actually, it hasn't opened yet. I'm thinking of a different film, so we'll see how that one does. But he said of the Last Duel's box office performance, he says what it all boils down to is that audiences who are brought up on cell phones, the millennium, who don't ever want to be taught anything unless it's told to them on a cell phone screen. Ridley Scott, shots fired towards the youngins, man.
It's true. It's a weird generation. I'm just happy to have been born in 1990, where I got to at least see like 15 years that wasn't so predominantly focused on cell phones and social media.
Mm-hmm.
So first 15 years of my life was probably, quite.
It's like kids.
Sure.
Do you remember when Pokemon Go happened and everyone was outside in their neighborhoods and walking around? That's what life used to be like all the time.
Yeah,
that's what that used to
be.
But
no phones. There was no like taking pictures of stuff. You just enjoyed the moment. There was no like post this for the gram, post that. Like, cell phones were just coming out. Like, I had to call my friend up and ask like, and his mom would answer. I'd be like, hey, is like so and so available? And then he'd be like, hey man, like you want to go to the park?
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I'll meet you there. Like, okay, like 30 minutes. You'd be like, yeah, I'll just get on my skateboard.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
And it's like if he's late, you just wait.
Right.
It's like you just payphones were around. I always had like quarters in my pocket.
These young whippersnappers, they have no idea.
No, dude, just times have changed so fast in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It is.
I feel sorry for the generation that has grown up with all of this technology because life was, I think, just it's nice to at least see the difference.
Yeah. I like the tech. I mean, obviously, I make a living off the tech and all that, so I can't like completely hate it. And the video games are way better, but there is definitely something lost with,
Yeah,
the newer tech.
absolutely. Well, I mean, we grew up with tech. We were the generation that grew up with cell phones. That grew up.
I didn't really grow up with
Cell
cell
phones
phones.
Well, you're older than me.
Yeah, I had
You're only a few years.
N64s, you know what I mean, and Super
Yeah,
Nintendos,
same. Computers.
Yeah, you blew out the cartridges and shit, man. We were in the trenches. We were in the trenches. They don't know.
Yeah,
they don't know, bro.
Saturday nights, buddy comes over, get a couple cans of pop, 2-liter soda,
LAN parties,
pizza from Pizza Hut.
LAN parties,
dude. Split screen.
Yep.
Split screen
with the cardboard duct taped on the TV.
Yep.
They don't know about that.
For hours on end.
Kids.
Hours on end.
Reach these kids, man. You know what?
Damn.
Now that I'm thinking more about it, it's these kids' fault.
Damn.
You know, I'm not going to blame Disney anymore. It's the millennials.
Yeah. Impatience has increased for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Everything is, instant. It's crazy, dude. I remember just like sitting and playing with my army men. I had a whole bunch of army men and I like created a board game for it, and I was just like imagining like them like it doesn't happen as much
anymore.
Tracking?
Do you remember tracking on the VCR? Did you ever do that?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, tracking on the VCR.
It was so annoying.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You remember taping shows on the VCR?
Yeah, I remember taping
tape
shows.
over something.
Yeah. And like the whole like
yeah. And you'd get a couple frames of the first thing you record, and you're like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. Listen to us.
We're really
two boomers.
Yeah, two boomers, man.
Two boomers just going on.
It was nice when our phones didn't tell us the world is in shambles every 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yep. True.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have to say for this.
That's all we have to say. You dang kids.
You dang kids with your phones and technology.
I don't think the system works.
Also, follow me on TikTok.
Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be streaming Halo later tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, don't hate what you came up with technology and all crude matter.
True.
I didn't come up with it.
If I would have come up with it, though.
Yeah.
Have some shekels, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You think the VCR guy was rich? The guy that invented the VCR?
I don't know, man. Probably when the DVD came out, he was like, what the
right? He was like, no, my VCR money.
And then now DVDs aren't even happening, really. It's just all streaming.
All streaming, dog. Who needs all that? Charles Ginsberg is the man.
I'd love to see a Lando series where part of the season's climax is him partnering up with Lobot. Season 2 ends with Lando taking over Cloud City. Ah, interesting. Well, we are getting a Lando series.
That's the rumor.
Yeah. What do you think about Vader mind controlling some space kaiju like he did against Sidious in the comics, but in life action? Maybe against Obi-Wan. Well, he can't mind control Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's too strong. And Obi-Wan can't mind control Vader because Vader's too strong. You can only mind control people that are weaker or like weak-minded. So like Watto, for example, couldn't be mind controlled because he was strong-minded. But also that's because of his species.
True.
DVDs are great. We still got to go through the bonus DVD features, bonus DVDs for the prequels and the originals. I still haven't done that, but
they were
I shall.
DVD
Stream
special
later.
features, man,
Yeah.
back in the day. Whew.
Yep, I'll see you over there in like a little bit. And play some Halo and COD and stuff with the boys. So
Nice.
be a good time. Okay, chat. Well, we had a fun time talking with you today on Nerd Theory. Another episode and another week closer to the Book of Boba when things will start to pick up again. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching our content and being part of this community. We hope you feel at home just as you've made us feel at home too. We love you. So with that being said, we will see you next week. And of course, go check out Josh's channel, The Den of Nerds, and The Den of Nerds Live. And check out my gaming channel at Theories Arcade. And of course, watch some of my videos here on Star Wars Theory. And we'll see you very soon. Love you all. Catch you later.
Peace out.
Peace out.
And you're sounding like a separatist.